never send my wife to Dubai or Saudi Arabia. So the limited resources that we have, we need to manage it well to salvage this nation. The time has come for us to say the right thing. The resources are limited. There is population expansion in the country. While the National Assemblies and other agencies are being busy in creating new agencies, why shall we get money to finance such agencies rather than to rationalize the agencies? Which is also very important. So, I hope you understood what I mean by friends of the governor. Immediately whenever I was removed or my children expired, they will go back. So we have to be very careful. And this group of the category of the people are those that are milking the current crop of leadership in the country. So may God Almighty Allah in His infinite power give us the wisdom to understand this critical theory. We have friends of politics, voice of politics. I think no definition is required, only to go to the mistake and keep this one. Vendors and vendors in politics. Let me use this quote to clearly explain one very important. Leadership in difficult times, in challenging times. One, you have to be resilient enough. That's one thing. For you to become a governor of Borno State, you either have to be resilient or you don't contest. That's something very important. I was attacked several times, even when I was commissioner. Nobody can count the number of bullets that were hurled on us when we were attacked in Bada. But I was battling with my security partner that I would never run. Because I'm committed in delivering leadership. Leadership has to be by example. When my predecessor, my boss, as a commissioner, gave me a bulletproof vehicle, I told him the excellencies are I'm not using the bulletproof vehicle. He said, why? I said, no. As a commissioner for reconstruction, rehabilitation, and settlement, I do used to go to local government areas sometimes with more than 50 dignitaries. I felt guilty. I feel guilty if I am the only one to use the bulletproof vehicles. If the bulletproof vehicles should be provided to all of us, fine and good, I will use it. Otherwise, I won't use it. And to that, my security personnel are quarreling with me on the usage of bulletproof vehicles. 95% of my journeys that I am embarking upon, I'm embarking upon without bulletproof vehicles. Recently, some decided to convince me that you are the leader, you are a role model. If they finish you, where are we? Again, this is also very important. Leadership, you have to listen to some people. But honestly speaking, again, I'm a devoted Muslim. The Holy Quran in Surah Al-Quran clearly said that nobody has the power to take the life of any human being unless the Almighty God. The knowledge of when it will rain, the quantum of rain, what is in the womb of the mother, and the day of judgment is not known to anybody. The doctor might scan and tell you that this is a warrior camp. But sometimes they will fail. And most importantly, they will only tell you the exact situation when the child is 7 months old or 6 months old. But Almighty Allah has decreed and make it known to his angels, even at the prophets' stage. So another distinguished feature for us to be a good leader in a challenging environment is to prioritize your leadership. We have a lot of demands. We don't go for prioritization in Nigeria. That was why there was a time I went to the Federal Ministry of Works and I told them, even if it is one single road that the Federal Ministry of Works can do within a period of 4 years in North-Eastern region, I told them I would. Rather than having a lot of uncompleted projects. Somebody came to me yesterday with a very good drawing, 3D design. Unknown to him that I am also a registered practicing engineer for the last 20 years. He told me that this is a very good design. We want to build a stadium in Maiduguri. I laugh. Stadium is not my priority. When people are looking for humanitarian support, when people are looking for education, health, I told him, go back to my manifesto. In my 10 facts agenda, number 1 is security. Number 2 is food security. And number 3 is job creation. Without these 3 indices, you can't get education. People are not farming now. It's never feasible. We are not self-sustainable. I was in Egypt last two weeks. Between Cairo to Al-Mansura, when I was going to Al-Mansura, it's about over 100 kilometers. You cannot see a space of 1 meter empty, which has not been cultivated. They are self-sufficient. You can see farmers in their donkeys. You can see farmers earning vehicles, trucks. In Nigeria, 95% of us are farmers. There is no enabling environment for farmers to farm in their land. No security. And therefore, we need to address the increasing security challenges. And I believe we have seen some certain level of improvement now. And as leaders, we must say the right thing, which is very important. Next is be transparent to your people. One of the major problems that we are having is transparent. I said in the last 3 days, when the Director General NADA visited us, it's the first time I heard from any federal MDS chief executive. He called me and said, Governor, I am in receipt of funding from the federal government. My brother, you are saying is one of the ravaged community. Without fixing Borno State, the nation will not be fixed. Come so that we can work together. That is transparency. You are in the receipt of funding. Members of your state executive council are not aware. How can we move forward? Your deputy governor is not aware. You receive pay from the federal government. How can we move forward? We have to be transparent to ourselves, transparent to the public also. The next, don't ignore small problem. Under difficult conditions, don't ignore small problem. Keep learning. Choose the right thing, even if it is harder. Be resilient, stay in loop. Many of us are not connected. when we were voted into power, we walked across the nook and crannies of our constituencies, demanding for votes from the poor men and women. After elected, what will stop us from going back to this constituency? We don't know. We don't know what is happening in our constituencies. We open our air conditioners at 16 degrees C. Living in our comfort zone. This will never work unless we go back to the drawing board. You are speaking about the federal government. What about the subnational government? The security of lives and properties of the citizen is the fundamental objective of any administration, be it state or the national level. We have to work together to find a lasting solution to our problem. We have to be well connected for us to resolve our own problem. We have to be united. Some of our leaders have problems. Rather than we advocating for a change, looking for solutions to some of our lingering problems, we are making some implementary steps for us. These are not good. These are not good. If we like to stay together, we can stay together. If we want to depart, then there are some constitutional means of departing. Because many foreign nations are able to survive. But unity is very important. Even if we want to separate, let's separate with dignity so that we shall be together. If your neighbor is weak, you never be strong. Coming to almost close because I've spent up to 30 minutes or more, which I don't like. So, I want to give you a very good example of leadership. Somebody sent to my WhatsApp about a statement by a professor in one of the China universities, either Fudan or something like that. I can quote him. He said, China's rise has attracted global attention. And many are focused on China's economic model behind its rise. Why? Because China has established a system of meritocracy. Selection plus election. We have to choose competent leaders that can lead the nation. We have to choose competent leaders that can be governors. We have to choose competent leaders to be ministers. You don't go out for work 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you are not in your office. How can you perform? Governors, ministers, and many heads of federal agencies, mind you, I didn't exclude myself, so that nobody should say I'm trying to protect myself. Don't go into offices. They don't even attend to their files. You receive emails, you don't reply emails. You are a very big man. That's the beginning of the problem. And therefore, we have to choose leaders based on competencies. Absolutely. is very important. First records. Performance. China do used to conduct rigorous training, screening. If you are 100 that you want to contest for a particular position, China do used to. 2 minutes I'm working. Let me acknowledge the arrival of my sister, Minister Woman, appears. Good morning, Ma. I like you because of your courage also and passion for development. So, China do use to select leaders. The processes are as follows. They used to screen. What positions have you held before? What was your track record? Not that just somebody who have never worked, should be appointed as a minister today. Under no circumstances, whether we like or not, that particular person will perform. As a governor of the commission, when I was appointing my chief of staff and commissioners, somebody called me that, Prof, this is a chief of staff, you have to be very careful. Because he's a professor. He's a professor of pharmacology. And indeed, he's intelligent than me. He can speak better than me. Because I'm a village boy. He was born and brought up from the city and he studied in UK, USA and others. I said, that is the reason why I'm appointing him, because he's better than me. When I was also appointing my special advisor, Sustainable Development, she was the head of this and Millennium Foundation in this town, in Nigeria. He speaks fluently than me. I'm an engineer, so engineers are continually called upon to design structures, not to talk. We are dealing with forces, stresses, and others. So, really don't know. Your child can be better than you in speaking English, even if you are a professor. So I said, no, I have to pick my Ramadana because of her pay degree. I need somebody that can tell me the truth. Not those people that come and make a record in the That is the situation in Nigeria. Another very important thing is that opinion surveys. In China, whenever people are willing to contest for election, they will do opinion surveys with the view to get feedback and handsome from the vulnerable people. Then we can work. I was talking to somebody called me last 3 days. I said, Prof, we are trying to organize something very important because the way we are seeing you, we want to make sure that we will contest either the presidency or the vice presidency. Then I called him, stop. Do you know that I was born in Mafa? Mafa is 48 kilometers away from Mafa with national grid for the last 50, 60 years. I just restored it a few days ago. No water toilet systems. We used to take our bath in the rivers and then drink river water. But now I have 3 boards in my town. I don't believe the people say that, no, you don't develop now. No. I was born and brought up. People, some of them sold their fireworks, fetch fireworks to sponsor my education. Why should I leave them in this area? Then I told him, my friend, I'm now a governor. In terms of immunity, you live in Mr. President and Vice President, the next is the governor that are having immunity in the nation. Am I not contented? I'm not looking for this position. In all fairness, greed is not about me. Greediness is not about major problem. You amaze men. What are you doing? I've never seen such kind of thing. When that even your grandchildren cannot utilize it. You buy a house of 2 billion. Whether you like it or not, there is no way you can occupy a position, a space to either live or spend a night better than this white state that I'm showing you to. And we have to change our system. You have the money, but your heart is not closed. You can't sleep. Why? Because there is insurgency. You cannot move around freely 11 o'clock inside Abuja. You cannot move in Lagos freely. Why? Because of good governance, bad governance. And please, let us not blame everybody. Blame all of us. Collectively, let us come together and look for a sustainable solution. My time is up, and I think there's a need for me to wind up, of which I'm winding off. Although when you call a professor to deliver a lecture, you know. In concluding this peace, as leaders, we will pursue peace with everything that we have. When leadership achieves peace, then security continues to improve and economic growth naturally follows. For those of you who have been following the actions of the current leaders in different states, you will have noticed that there is a radical departure from the past. Effective leadership through serious accountability and monitoring is an important factor to succeed. Our system has been so weak that people simply consider civil service as a place to earn salary for doing nothing. We have to look into something which is very important. We have to choose between competency and loyalty.
Thank you.
When we go for competency, then we will get it right. Our collective destiny depends on it. To be effective as a leader, you need to have energy. This is very important. Without energy, you can't do anything. That is also has to be considered as part of our selection process. Energy is very important, whether you like it or not. Where processes and procedures of governance are applied on a selective basis, it means we had to double our energy in checking, providing oversight, motivating different levels of leadership to stand up and deliver results for the benefit of these people. On our part, we commit to build institutions and strengthen weak ones so that governance continue to be meaningful in the lives of people through service delivery. But there is one thing that I want to close: the civil service. A director is earning how much in Abuja? The director is earning how much? Can he earn 500,000? No. Then, 2-bedroom flats in Abuja, you want to say how much? Why do you think you get the money without sitting down? strengthen our civil service structure for greater productivity and greater efficiency. As a profession, my colleagues are earning less than 500,000 naira. People talk to me. How can we teach? Well, with increasing devaluation, increasing inflation rates, increasing cost of food production, increasing school fees, especially for those of you who are in Abuja. That's why I don't envy Abuja. So we have to strengthen our civil service by motivating the civil service. So when people are now, there was a time that I had some organization going to court or something like that on governors retirement. What do you call it? Pension, something like that. If the governors can work very well and take 5 billion at the end of their tenure, I think it's better for them than to steal the money anyhow. Yes. I called my deputy governor. I told him, deputy governor, I don't have anything more. I want to suffer, I want to work for my people. I'm not after your money, but mind you, I'm not perfect. No human being is perfect. For any human being in Nigeria, for him to say that he's perfect, he's trying to make a very serious mistake. Because of our constitution, if you work for 1 week, if anybody wants to jail you, he can jail you. No matter how good you are in the system. He's right. I'm not perfect. But I told him that I'm not having the intention of stealing your money. But for me, you ensure that you ensure that our documents are well, so that at the end of my tenure, I'll go with my entire package. Because this is what I want to earn for my needs of you. That if there's anybody in Nigeria can come and show a piece of land that I have in Abuja. No, and I'll never have it. But it's not wrong for anybody to earn his means of living through legitimate means.
That's right.
When I get my money, I'll buy my house. That does not mean anything. Some are doing their businesses. It's a legitimate thing. Again, it's not good for us to castigate others. There's one thing in Nigeria that we have also. Go and work while you are working. Allow others to stay. This power is only when you have been entrusted with this power. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will say, the only way that we can test human being is for us to give him power. Go and sit in this seat as a governor, as a president, as SGM, or ministers. Look at the videos of Naira passing through your head Bible. And then say you are clean. It's not easy. We are not perfect at all. But we have to see how we can change the entire narrative. On this similar note, I want to come to the conclusion. Beyond that time now, give us the wisdom and courage to embrace each other. That's the reason why we have Christians and Muslims. To me, this is not a big deal. If we are faithful enough. For those of you in the Bible know that my fear is John. John is a Christian. We started together when I was a rector of the World Polytechnic. Because of his pedigree, when I was appointed as a commissioner, I moved him forward to become a personal assistant. Nobody knows my secret better than him. When I moved as a governor, I still bring him up as my peer. He is praying, crying Jesus in his room, while I'm prostrating, crying Prophet Muhammad in my room and in my house. This kind of university that we have in Nigeria. The Nigeria is divided because of two fundamental reasons: ethnicity and religion. Nepotism, Judaism. And we have to get into it and come together. Long live Nigeria, long live Nigeria. Long live Nigeria.